a lot of family and friends obviously feel they're doing the right thing, but they, you know, it sounds awful, but that, you know, they try to be positive all the time. Everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be fine. And when you know deep down it's not, and you've been told it's not, you know, sometimes you do need someone to sit down and say, look, this is how it is. And, you know, at the hospice, they will do that if you want them to be, you know, if you want to sit down and know absolutely everything, they will tell you, they'll do whatever you want. My dad was so quiet and so shy. He found it really hard at first when they told him about the day centre and, you know, you can come in, and he was like, oh no, I won't do that. But then, because he was sort of at home all day, I think he thought, you know, it might help him, and he decided on his own, which I was quite proud of him because I didn't think he would do it. And he said, yeah, okay, I'm going to go and give it a try. And he did, and he enjoyed it. I mean, to be honest, I think my dad literally just come and read his book. I don't think he really sat and spoke to people because he wasn't that type of person. But that's what he did, and that, I mean, that helped him. I don't know how, I don't know what happened, but that obviously just helped him to get away, read his book in a different place and be himself maybe, I don't know. He had like the nurses in, like the duty nurses coming in, giving him his injections and stuff. And me, my sister and mum was taking it in turns to stay up with him during the night to give him his injections and to just look after him, just be there for him. And it was absolutely killing us. Like we just didn't know what day it was, but we was determined to do it, and so there was no way we was going to ask for help. So the nurses were coming in, and they obviously see what we was doing. They knew what we was doing. The hospice had rung on a number of occasions. We were fine, you know. No, we're fine. We're dealing with it. And then I think the nurses must have got in contact and said that they're not coping, which was a blessing, really. And I remember a lady from the hospice ringing saying, we think your dad should come in, and that was Christmas Eve. He come in, and I think it must have been within an hour or two, he was sorted out. He had his bed, he had all his treatment, he wasn't in pain, and he was in a lot of pain at home. He was having the injections, but you know, they lasted for like 40 minutes and then he'd be in pain again, and he couldn't have anything for at least 3 hours, so he'd have to just suffer. So we come in and we was like, oh my God, like the turnaround was just amazing. Obviously for us, but for him as well. The main thing he didn't want was to be in pain. My dad went through so much, but he always said to me, the thing that worries me is just being in pain, like, and not being able to deal with it. So for us it was a huge relief to get that sorted out. And yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, I remember sort of coming in and, you know, he'd sit there with his dinner, eating his dinner, and we was like, oh my God, Dad, let's have some of that. Like, it's really nice. You know, you go in hospital and you're like, oh no. And he's got like 3-course dinners, and what drink would you like, you know, and sort of sitting there having his dinner, and everyone had come in, like the volunteers, and they all made an effort to talk to him. So you know that other people are benefiting like we did. You know, other people had to put the money in for my dad to stay here and, you know, be treated. So, you know, that, you know, the money that you're raising is going for other people to be helped the way we were. So that's really nice to know that you know, that can happen, and you can help do that. You know, there's not much you can do, but if you can raise the money and help that way, then why not? So.
Yeah, that's it.